Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent Meza, and this is Listings to Leads, and we're just about to get started. Okay, sorry. This is our Get Started class. Sorry, I'm looking at comments coming in here. And so really, this is our class for our new clients. We have agents signing up every day. So we want to make sure they're getting on board with what we have to offer and make sure that you can quickly get to the tools that you need for your business. As we're waiting for people to come in, please let me know what state you're in and how long you've been with us. And also, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for, there are different reasons that agents call us today and find us. And I think the overall concept is you want your business to grow, but there in that are different aspects, and really where you are and what shape your business is in is really what I'm trying to get to. There are a number of people who are coming to us because they have a lot of listings and they're having a hard time selling them. Interest rates are high, buyers are slower to move. So how can we help you? And definitely we can help you. We have a lot of other people coming to us because they're trying to get more listings. And that's actually one of the most exciting parts of the platform today. We have some really successful strategies and systems in place that you could just roll out, use them, and start getting more listings. And then other people just want to, I think, stay competitive, but also let their homeowners know that they are doing a lot to sell their homes, right? I think in the past, homes just moved a little bit quicker. And it's different. Like when I ask where you are, it's because May here is saying is from Florida. And Florida has a whole different dynamic going on from Maine. And we have clients signing up in the Pacific Northwest, in Washington, in California, and you all have different things happening. And I want to make sure we're addressing what you need on this call. Okay. Marianne, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's always, I think that's been not so much of the ups and downs of some of the other states, but definitely everybody has high interest rates. And so I would guess, Marianne, it's a normal business cycle for you, maybe just a little bit slower. And then Kevin from Florida. And then Julie's here from South Jersey. We actually met last week. I think we chatted last week. So thanks everybody for being here. If you do get in on the call here, I'd love to know where you're from and what you need from listings to leads. I'm going to tell you what we're doing now. But if anything is jogging your mind, just put in the comments panel and ask the question, right? So listings leads, we've been here since 2009. Our focus is certainly automation, real estate advertising, but we have a goal to get leads for our clients. Okay. It has always been that way. When we started, we had one tool. It was one-click posting to Craigslist, and it generated a lot of leads. And with that, we took what we were applying there and applied it to everything that realtors use today. And that might be email, that might be print, that might be virtual tours, that might be single property websites, it might be postcards, it might be on social media, it might be free social media, it might be paid ads on Facebook or Instagram or Google, but there's a lot in listings to leads. It is all designed to build your brand and to get you more buyers and to get you more listings, right? And because I just listed all the different ways, you can probably imagine, obviously there's different steps to do some of those things. A lot of what we do is automatic, but the things that are really going to move your revenue needle, they're going to take a little bit more hands-on. Right. And I know a lot of people sign up and they don't know what we do. And so I really appreciate you being here to learn what we do and how we do it. Okay. Now on our website here, we have a lot of videos of just clients saying what's going on, but instead of letting you watch those or describing them for you, I'm going to just list to you. And if you're writing anything down, you should know this. These are the most important things that are working for our clients today. One is our listing presentation. And while I'm saying this to you, I am going to show you these things later on in the call. Number two is our expired marketing and turning those expired listings into your listings. Number 3 is open house marketing. And I will really want to say this right up front. There are a lot of people who have been in the industry for a long time and they feel like open houses, they just don't even do them, right? They're tired of it and it didn't really work out. Not a good use of time. Today, for our clients in the past few years, they have been the number one way of getting more listings. So we definitely want you to understand that if you want more listings. Then there's Facebook ads. And we do have Google ad software as well, but I'd say 95% of our clients are focused on Facebook ads. And that's partly because we have Facebook's ad software built into our system. And you get name, email, and phone number automatically put into the lead from Facebook. And everybody needs their accurate name, email, and phone number in their Facebook profile. So that actually helps a lot of our clients. The gentleman who's talking here owns an LPT office down in Texas. And in this video on our page, he's telling you that they were running ads on his home and they got 114 buyer leads. Okay. That would probably just ballpark cost about $350 in Texas. Okay. To get 114 buyer leads and name, email, and phone number. They put 4 of those 114 into homes, help 4 people purchase homes. So you can imagine the ROI on a $350 spend and the commission on 4 home purchases in Texas, probably a pretty decent ROI. He then, in the latter half of this video, says, hey, we also flipped it to sold. I get one $4 lead. It turns into a $400,000 sale and a $450,000 purchase. So what I won't tell you is that every Facebook lead is going to turn into business. But what I can tell you is that we have a lot of clients who leverage our Facebook ad software. And it might be different if you run your own ads inside of Facebook. There's a lot of options inside of Facebook. You will find inside of our platform, there are very few options. And that's because we want to make it easy for you. And we also want you to get name, email, and phone number every time. So that's why we really make that really tight. So let me just repeat, right? Listing presentation, open house marketing, expired marketing, Facebook ads. Oh, and the last one is sold marketing, which is obvious, sold should be. But if you're looking at, you need more listings to grow your business, you don't want to overlook our sold marketing. And we have some examples I'm going to show you in just a moment here of what people are doing to market solds. And it's actually just a few things. And we'll talk about it a little bit today. So up on the top, when you log into the system, before we get into the nuts and bolts, I do want to point out there is a lot to listings to leads. And if you come to the marketing calendar right up here, you will see a resources tab. And we do a lot to make sure that you can understand what we have here, like these live training classes. So right here is live webinars, and that's going to open up this page here, which shows you all the classes. And this rotates, so it's always fresh. We refresh it. Today, we're doing an onboarding class. Scott's going to be doing an expired workshop later tonight. I mentioned expired. We actually host 4 live workshops to help you understand and unpack expireds and get them into your business. If expireds are happening in your market, you want to learn how to take advantage of that. And I'll talk a little bit more about these later. Pending, yes, another expired class, how to use our PDF guides. You actually get 80 PDF guides in your accounts. They're all branded to you on every page. 40 are for buyers, 40 are for home sellers. I think we have more than 80 now. And then another Zoom call for expireds. And I guess that's next week. And then we'll be talking about top tools for more listings. And frankly, a lot of what I say next week on top tools for more listings, I am going to say today as well, because there is so much going on to help our clients get more listings. And so that's really important. Now, back on this page here of resources, that's where the live webinars are, right? Like today's. And, oh, hello. Sorry, from Philly. Glad to have you on the call. And Lois from AZ. Okay. Oh, at LPT. All right. Welcome, both of you. I don't think I've seen you on the calls before. We do have a Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, I recommend following us because we definitely share a lot of like helpful tips there. We also have a mastermind group. So every class that we record is on this page, right? This is our YouTube channel. And I want to send this to everybody right now because honestly, I don't know what you know about listings to leads, right? But I can tell you, we are taking agents and just making them so successful. And those agents are able to achieve that because they have taken some time to learn what they have available, right? And on this page, I'm going to show you a couple of calls as we're talking right now. There are some people who are absolutely crushing it. But I'm going to point out a couple of things right now that I definitely think we were just with Lab Code's agents last week. And so that was a good call. That was a good call. I think you might want to check that out. It does talk a lot about the highlights of what we're doing here, right? You can see that we're holding classes on Facebook ads, on how to market your listings, top tools for more listings here, PDF guides. I mentioned them earlier. That's the last onboarding call. But I want to point this out, and I want to know if you guys have heard this story. This is with Fabrice, 16 listings in 2 weeks. Okay. Hi, Letty from Texas. Got a lot of clients there. Good. Great. So Fabrice has closed 16 listings in 2 weeks. 5 of them were expireds. Okay. Here's the thing. Fabrice started his account with us in December of last year, 2025. I actually had a one-on-one call with him in January. We were talking about a team account, and I said, these are the top things you got to go do. So that was January, and this is recorded in the beginning of May. Okay. And you can see, and if you watch that call, he's going to tell you what he's doing to get 16 listings in 2 weeks. I do want to point out he was closing listings before that call, and he's still closing more listings because he's built this machine using our tools over and over to get more listings. Okay. And he's in Miami, and I can assure you that's a competitive market. Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, you see another gentleman up in Boston. He's closing 10 listings in 10 weeks. Still really good, right? Really good. He's actually has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. And that's awesome. And I don't know if everybody here is doing that kind of volume. And if you are, fantastic. But if you're not, our clients continually come in here over and tell us in the mastermind groups and on our calls like this, hey, I'm doing this and I'm closing more listings, right? I'm using your expired marketing and we're just getting listings after listing, right? So the YouTube channel is great. We'll leave this here. Maybe we'll talk about it later. And the last thing on the resources tab is our mastermind group. And I highly recommend this. Now, this is where Scott and I talk about what's going on, kind of a technology standpoint, but it's also where our clients come in. And also, this is Yi is here. She's one of our partners. And also, she's a mortgage lender. And she is showing us here. She actually just posted this a few days ago. She has 30 leads using our down payer assistance landing page, which is sitting in every one in your account, in every one of your accounts, right? And she's just sharing right here. This is what I wrote. And I have 30 leads with $4 where I'm paying $4 and change, $4.45 for every lead, which for 30 leads, the name, email, and phone number of people who need a loan, that's pretty awesome, right? If we go down, we keep going down, you're going to see us talking. You're going to see agents asking calls. I do want to share something here with you, and then we'll get out of the mastermind group. There was, who was it? What was her name? Christina came in here, I think last week, and talked about one of those most exciting things that we got to dive into. And that is expired marketing and our listing presentation. You remember at the beginning of the call, I said there's 5 things you got to pay attention to, right? And for those of you in the southern states, there are a bunch of you on the call I see from Texas, Arizona, Florida, the southern states, and also places like Denver really have a lot of expireds hitting the market. And if you want more listings, you want to jump on our calls, you want to go see what's already recorded on YouTube, and you want to take advantage of that, because once you have expireds, now you have a very strong base to advertise from. You can run ads on Just Listed, you can run ads on open houses, you can hold open houses, which will get you more listings, and then you can market them as sold, which is going to get you more listings. So having listings is really valuable. And Christina here is actually a new client. And on June 3rd, she says, hey, I door knocked with my expired booklet yesterday, and I showed it to the homeowner, And they liked it so much. Let's see here. They said, would you please leave that with me? Okay. So what are we talking about? Right. She's door knocking at expired. And we have, I don't know if you can see me here. I have an expired listing presentation, how we're going to sell your expired home. Okay. Chris is for Denver. Right on. So listen to this, because you do have expireds hitting your market, right? So we actually make this available. The ones that I'm holding here, we have a few versions. This one says expired on the cover. This is our listing presentation. I'll show it to you on the computer so you can see it. And if you're trying to close a lot of expireds, you want to have some of these in your hand. Now, Christine here has a custom one. That means she made this presentation with the name and address of the home owner on the cover, and the photographs are not our generic ones. They're actually the photograph of that home. And that homeowner was so impressed that they said, could we have that listing presentation? Could we have that booklet there? They said, we're not going to sell just now, but we're definitely going to sell. And she was just going to shake her hand and leave. And there it is. They really want that. So she's got a great lead from knocking on somebody's door. And that's really valuable. That stuff is happening probably every day of the week. Does everybody come in the mastermind group to say, yeah, that was awesome? No, they don't. They just go right on. We have this kind of the funniest, strangest things. People will ask a question like, hey, how is this working for you? And somebody will say, I've closed hundreds of thousands of dollars in commission. We just don't even know this, but somebody just comes in and says that. I'm like, wow, okay, awesome. There's a lot here in the mastermind group. I definitely recommend that you are spending 15 minutes checking this out. And I think I sent it to everybody while I was chatting here. So let's get into the system and talk a little bit more about what we really want. And I'm going to kind of go quickly here because I just want you to get some highlights before we dive even deeper, right? So on the listing side, your listing should automatically sweep into the system. If they don't, let us know and support. We can help you. There's a button right here actually where you can grab a listing. If it doesn't work, we tell you like, hey, put the address in on this page and our support team will pull it in. And so we'll do that. But most people, your listings auto drop into the system. A lot of our clients use grab listings to borrow listings. And there are a number of reasons to borrow listings. Maybe you want to market something that's for sale in your area and you've got a colleague that has a listing in your area. Maybe you're going to sit on an open house for somebody and you want to get your own leads and your own listings from that open house. So you would pull it in and we'd make these tools for you. Or maybe you'd want to market something that's already sold so that you can go out and mail just sold postcards or things like that to get more listings in that area. This is great use of the grab listing tab, right? Now, once your listings are here, there's all kinds of stuff that we do automatically. We'll look at that in a bit. But I want to show this to you. If you click on listing presentation, there is a listing presentation in print that you can print, or you can order it from us and we'll print it for you. Or there's also this version, which is Flipbook. And I think I have Flipbook open right here. And this is really going to tell you what we do in our listing automation, right? So paid ads, social media marketing, email, print marketing, right? And as you go through it, you can see what your home's going to look like on social media. You can see, and we list all these things, and you don't really have to get too worried about this because we do all of this automatically as soon as your listing hits the account. And your contact information, your logo is going to be on the bottom of every page. We create a virtual tour automatically from the photos and put it up on YouTube. We put it on our channel. If you have your own channel, we're going to put it on yours too, right? We give you print tools like postcards and door hangers, nearby homeowner letters, tools for your email. So this is all the tools that we're auto-generating for you, right? But this explains how you're going to help these people sell their home with this. So you want to read through this a little bit, especially if you want more listings. You just want to kind of know what we're doing here, right? We give you short form video scripts. I'm sure you've heard, and I'm not saying that you all love social media, but I'm sure you know that video has become explosive with things like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and shorts on YouTube. There's a lot of video content. Anytime you'll just see throughout the listings to lead system, there are short form video scripts. So you can read that a few times, just put it right up there, and you'd be surprised. Those two people I mentioned on the YouTube channel, they're doing exactly that. So, well, and I missed that. We create virtual tours and single property websites for every listing, and we have mobile marketing, and then we do that. We just at this point just start saying, "Hey, here's what we're going to do to market your home." This is closing listing appointments all the time. Okay. You can even, now you remember I was telling you something about this woman, Christine, here, who said, "Hey, I door knocked and they actually asked me to leave it in their hands," right? What is she talking about? She is talking about this. So I have a listing presentation, and actually on my listings page, you might have noticed, but I moved kind of fast. I have a canceled property, an expired property, a FISBO, and just a listing presentation. And they all share, they have one thing in common. These create custom listing presentations for one home. So they're the name and the address of the home is going to be here. The photograph of their home is going to be here. To make this, it takes you about 2 minutes. And instead of the random pictures that I just showed you on my default one, this is, where can we see samples of these short videos? Our short videos, you will see on our YouTube channel, right? So if you go here, and our short videos, there's also just a shorts tab right here on our YouTube channel. And these show up over on Instagram, and they're all quick. And you definitely, I recommend following us on Instagram and checking out the shorts, because I appreciate you being here to listen to me. And I appreciate when you're on the calls with Scott, but we go on for an hour, and it's nice to get bite-sized information in shorts where it's like, hey, this is how they're doing it, right? So I definitely recommend the shorts page right here on our YouTube channel. Let's get back to what we were talking about. So you can create a custom listing presentation, and you can, one, send it to people, you can text it to people, or two, you can print it and bring it right to the door like Christine was doing right there, right? I'm going to point out something. You see this young lady, this is our homepage. And this young lady, as you can see, has closed 4 listings in 6 weeks. And she calls expireds on day 1, which we really don't recommend. Okay. She calls them on day 1, and hundreds of other agents are calling these poor homeowners. So nobody is answering her voice messages, right? She leaves 2 voice messages and says, "Hey, I see you're trying to sell your home." And then she texts them one time after that and says, "Would you like to see my listing presentation?" No response to anything. Then she goes into listings to leads and creates this unique custom listing presentation with their name and address on the cover and their home built throughout this, right? And she texts it to him. And as you can see, she has 4 listings in 6 weeks. They, at that point, want to talk to her. That's what's going on. So our listing presentation is very powerful. And I know that a lot of you come from great companies and you've got your own, and that's great. But I can tell you, it's been just going on and on that people are using this listing presentation and saying, we are closing listings. Like, I can't believe it. And everybody says, oh, it's this page or it's that page, or it's just that it's so thorough. I think the real thing is it's understandable. We talk about social media. We also talk about mobile marketing. This page right here that we're looking at, many of our clients have said this page closed the deal, because you can sit at somebody's kitchen table and say, "Hey, while we're chatting, why don't you whip out your smartphone, take a picture of that QR code?" And their home is going to pop up on their phone in a mobile optimized website. If you're talking to an expired or even a FISBO or even just an awesome seller lead, not many agents can show this. Not many agents can speak to social media, speak to email. They can talk about the MLS and probably their brand and their awesome value. But if you're talking to an expired, none of that worked. And this is something that they can really visualize. And that is why I think one of the big reasons why our clients are getting so much out of this, right? So you can have that for a canceled or withdrawn. You can have that for expired. I think I just saw a headline over the weekend that's saying people are just canceling their sales because they're not getting the price that they want. That could be an option for you. Then I have homes that are sold, and I have homes that are open house. So let's talk about sold. And I know I was showing us something here. Let's go over to the videos page. I mentioned, can you hear me okay, everybody? Because I'm getting a weird message. Can you still hear me talking? Am I having a YouTube problem or am I having an internet problem? Okay, thanks, AJ. Okay, so back on our videos page on YouTube, I want to give you a little more in depth about what I am saying, just to help you understand. This guy here, Leo, he's up in Boston. He's got 10 listings in 10 weeks. Okay. And I am holding the expired marketing booklet right here, which he prints out 40 of these a month. And then he prints out another 40 that are just the non-expired version, just the standard version. Okay. He puts 80 of these, 80 listing presentations in his market every month. He has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. He does work his leads. I will tell you that. He does work his leads, right? So a lot of our clients are realizing, and especially this gentleman here, John Summers, who you will see on our YouTube channel, he actually is saying, look, I'm putting 40 of these expired marketing pamphlets in my market every month. That's 10 a week because it's turning into more listings. That was in November that he told us that. I'm going to put 10 in my market every week. This video that you're looking at him talking right here, he's saying, this is the first 2 weeks of January when he recorded this. And he says, I closed 2.2 million in listings in the first 2 weeks of the month. He is blowing up. His business is blowing up. He's becoming a top listing agent in his office of over 100 agents. And he is leaning on open house marketing, Facebook ads, and expired marketing, right? So when we see all these great stories of our clients being successful, they're pretty much doing the same things over and over. And these things for you are available in every one of your accounts, right? So here we're looking at a sold property, and I'm going to show you the 3 things that people are doing. And there are a lot of things. You see all this here. There's a lot of steps you can take. But the first one, and I think the easiest one, is to click that Facebook and Instagram ad, and it says, hey, another home sold in Auburn, and that affects your home value. Click here for your home value. What do you have to do? You click that green button, and that's going to create that ad. It's that easy. And I can tell you, this gentleman who I was talking about earlier from LPT in Texas, in that ad, he put this video put in the mastermind group just to share. Hey, I got all this business and I wanted to share it with you, right? And I asked him in the mastermind group, did you do anything to that ad? Did you customize it? Did you do anything? He said, nope, I just clicked that button and I got a $4 lead that turned into 850 in production, right? 850,000. So that is, I actually recommend marketing a sold home every week on Facebook for at least 4 weeks, because you can get, in his case, $4 seller leads with name, email, and phone number. The average cost is actually closer to $7 each. But if your ad keeps creating $7 leads with name, email, and phone number of people who want their home values, that's a good thing to have going. Okay. Now, another thing here, I'm going to jump this one. I'm going to go down here to postcards. So I mentioned that, where is it? The gentleman here that puts 80 listing presentations in print in his market every week, right? But he also does this. He markets his sold properties, and he markets them with Facebook ads like I just showed you, and he markets them with sold postcards. You see that? It says sold. There's an address. There's a QR code. Both of those links are going to take you to a page that says this home is sold and that affects your home value. Get your home value. So in print, we have call to actions. He then, on the back, which just is automatically there, your home value is being affected, go there for your free home value. So 3 call to actions, 3 places to help people get answers. In this case, their home's value. If you are mailing something to a homeowner and they pick it up and take it in their home and get their home value, they had to go through some steps. You want to work on those people. And that's what I was saying, like Leo here, he works on his leads. And that's why he's able to put 20 listing presentations in his markets every week. He's closing one listing a week. He's trying to get to 2 listings every week, right? I think if an agent can close 10 listings a year, you'd probably be pretty psyched. Our clients are way outperforming that. They are consistently using our tools though, and I know that's not easy for everybody, right? Another thing that is really worth doing is grabbing the e-flyer for this home, because this link here and this link and the link under this picture are going to drive them to a page that's going to say that home is sold and that affects your home value. And this link here and that graphic and that link are going to drive you directly to a home valuation landing page to get your home value. You copy the code right up here, you take it to your own CRM, and you blast your leads on your CRM. What is the average agents are spending on Facebook ads? What is the average? So like a monthly budget, it really depends, Julie. We see a lot of teams spending 400 to, depends. If it's a single agent, it's really, I think the question is going to be, how many listings do you have? If you have 2 or 3 listings, you're probably spending $300 to $500 a month on ads. Okay. That's because you're running an ad on, maybe it's just listed, and maybe next week it's open house, and maybe you're running something on sold. So you might have a couple of ads running every week. And that's a budget there. I know some teams, they're running 8 ads a week, right? And that's because they have multiple listings, so they need to get those out. But if you're a new agent, and I know you're not a new agent, but I do want to just say this, like, I think Scott would say it's like $300 a month you got to spend every, and I would tell you at least 2. That's one $50 ad every week, right? That could be on a sold property. It could be on an open house. It could be on your listing. It could be on somebody else's listing. It could be on any of the landing pages that we've got or any of the PDF guides. I do want to say that when you're running ads on homes, whether they're open house or sold, those or just listed or under contract, those are the cheapest leads you're going to get. If it's early stage, you're going to get buyer leads. If it's later stage, you're going to get seller leads. If you're like, oh, I don't have any listings and I can't talk to any agents for whatever reason, so I can't borrow listings, I'm going to run ads on landing pages. No problem. You can do that, but you pay more per lead. Okay. And let's kind of give an example. A secret to buying a home in any season. Okay. I don't have any listings. I can't talk to any realtors. What am I going to do? You could run ads on, you can market this PDF guide. You don't have to run an ad, but that is the number one place. Let's be 100% clear of all the marketing that we have available for you. And there are literally hundreds of tools. Nothing will capture a name, email, and phone number like a Facebook ad. Just no question about it. Okay. You can require it on a landing page. People won't fill it out. On Facebook, they're like, yeah, here it is. Click, go. That's why people lean on our Facebook ad software. Okay. Now here I'm looking at a guide, which would get me buyer leads. And all I got to do is type in the name of my town, right? Philly, right? I got a couple people here from that neighborhood. Boom. I just go down here, click create ad. Boom. I'm going to start getting leads with name, email, and phone number. Those leads, notice it's a $35 budget. That means that's the max you can spend in the lifetime of that budget, which is 7 days. Okay. So that's $5 a day. I was going somewhere with this. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. So when you click that button, Facebook's going to approve it. Okay. And you'll get an email that says your ad's been approved on Facebook, right? It'll come from Facebook. And at the same time, they're going to set a cost per lead. Okay. And that's what I'm getting at here. If you run an ad on a home that's for sale or open house, those leads on average cost about $3.50 each. Okay. If you run an ad on this, which is also for buyer leads, those get closer to $10 each. Okay. Takes you just as many clicks. You're just going to pay more per lead when you're doing that. On some landing pages, it can even be more. Okay. So I definitely recommend focusing on marketing listings with that, right? So let's go back because I'm answering questions and I'm jumping around here. I do want to make sure that you understand a few of the basic things that are definitely making money for agents right now. And that is sold marketing, right? We talked about it. Run a sold ad. Maybe grab the nearby homeowner letter and mail it out to people who have equity, or maybe mail out the postcard. Now, I didn't mention it earlier, but I'm on the nearby homeowner letter. Let me show this to you. This is a piece of paper, okay? We have an electronic version right here, the e-flyer for your database, but this is a piece of paper. And the reason why I'm stressing that is that the lead quality from this piece of paper is incredibly high, okay? You can run an ad on Facebook and people click it and go through it and you can get a lead, but the lead quality may not be as high, okay? And that's because people can go on Facebook and look at the pets and their grandkids and all kinds of cool stuff. And then there's this little ad popping up and, oh, are you interested in your home value? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't really thinking about it, but yes. But if you mail this to somebody with equity, it says that home is sold. You can go check it out. That's going to affect your home value. Go here to get your free home value. So think about the steps to get there, right? They had to open the mail, read it, think I want my home value, walk to their own computer, type in that web address, give you their address, and then give you their email address to get a home value. They're not going to do that if they're not seriously thinking about that. If they were on Facebook and just scrolling down and they see your ad and they click on it, that's a lot easier to happen, right? When we link our account, should we link it to our business or personal page? Great question, AJ. Great question. Let me answer that. When you click connect to Facebook in our system, it's going to say your name. It's going to say my name. My name is Vince Amazing. Is this you, AJ? And you say, yes, this is me. And you click it, but we can only connect to your business pages. So you do have to have that in place, or you can create one, right? But if you don't have a business page, you'll kind of get an error. The rules of Facebook, the terms of service for you to use Facebook, I'm sure you've never read them. They're like just a bunch of text, right? But let me give you the important point here. It is against the terms of service of Facebook for you to put your business information on your personal page. Your personal page is your personal page, right? That's just, now you may not know that. And you may think, oh my God, every agent in the world does that. And many do. And occasionally those accounts get shut down. And then you get to learn about Facebook support, which is, it's getting a little better, but man, it's pretty bad. It's really bad. So we will not be posting our content to your pages, to your personal pages, because it's against the terms of service, okay? We'll be putting it on your business pages, and you can click a button like this one and share it to your personal page. That's you doing that. We're not telling you to do that, but a lot of clients do that, okay? We would get you in trouble, and that would put us in trouble if we put our content or your content on your business pages, okay? This is our page, and I want to point out one more thing. This is our business page. I mentioned our mastermind group, but that's a private group on Facebook for you because you're a client. This is for the public. And we have 13,000 people that follow us. I want you to understand whatever you put on your page, whether we do it for you automatically or you put it there or some other company put it there, only 5% of the people who follow your business pages will see anything that you put there, okay? And you got to ask yourself, because I talk to a lot of you, you only have 100 or 200 people following you, right? So if that's the case, and you put anything on your page, that means 5 or 10 people are seeing it, okay? So while we do auto post your listings to your accounts and auto post some content that's going to help you grow those accounts, on Facebook, not many people are seeing it. They want you to run ads. They want your money, right? That makes sense. They're a publicly traded company. They want you to boost things on their system. Let me tell you right now, we do not recommend boosting. I definitely don't recommend boosting, especially when it comes to getting more listings. The technology of how Facebook works just doesn't really help much there, especially when it comes to boosting. If you're going to leverage Facebook, You need to just be doing it over and over here because we've made it so easy, and every lead comes with name, email, and phone number. And that actually is not easy to do inside of Facebook. Okay, so we're go back to sold marketing, nearby homeowner letter. You can use Express Copy. If you have an account with them, you can connect it, and this little button, this green button will appear. And this is awesome because you can click this button, get the mailing list, and you can say, hey, Express Copy, you download it and you mail it in a 2-mile radius or 3 or whatever you decide. And they're only going to mail it to single family homeowners that have owned a home for more than 6 years. This is a really smart thing to do. You can do it manually. A lot of our clients do it themselves. They go buy the list, they print it, they put it in their own envelopes, they do it themselves. And other clients are like, no, this is fine. I'll let them do it. We love this. When we did this, we really were excited by this. There's one downside, and that is, but it's the envelope. Envelope looks like bulk mail. It's a white envelope. It's a computer print. It's your address on the top left. It's their address in the middle at the address section. And that is unfortunate because if it looks like bulk mail, it may not get read. Many of our clients have told us this company right here, Z Air Mail, has really great font that they do automatically. And they'll do it the same kind of people get it. But you have a higher open rate of the actual mail. And that's important. A lot of our clients have, back to the mastermind group, where a lot of our clients, they will download that letter, they'll put it in a very nice envelope, right? Like a custom envelope, nice colors, bright colors, so that it doesn't look like junk mail, right? And then they mail it out. And they might have bought a list from Remind.com or RedX or whoever, so they know people who have equity, right? I want to point this out. So this guy, let me ask, has anybody here heard of this gentleman's name, Dustin Fox? Just give me a yes or no if you would, if you don't mind. Now, I set up the team accounts. If you need a team account or an office brokerage account, reach out to me. I'm Vincent Listings to Leads. My contact info is on the website. And here's my email. Now, I set up a company called Pearson Smith. So no, you haven't heard of him. You should hear this guy's name, especially if you're new to us. When I launched that office, they had 300 agents. And Dustin had been an agent for 2 years at that time when we closed. And he was a new agent, so he dug into Listings to Leads, and he finds our nearby homeowner letter tool, right? And he comes in the mastermind group and says, hey guys, I have mailed this out to 250 homes, first class. I put in a little calendar of me and my wife, and I went to Canva and I got my reviews and I put them in there, and I mail it to 250 homes, first class. That cost me $600 and something. He goes, but I got 10 listings with the average commission of $17,000 each. Okay. That was in 2018. And that was remarkable. Back then we were like, what? And we, of course, we get them on a call and we do this with our clients like we always do. That's what you're looking at here is the same gentleman in 2024. So 6 years later, he's writing his own book. In this year, as I mentioned, he was only 2 years as being a real estate agent. Prior to that, I think he was a manager at Office Depot. Okay. So he becomes a realtor for 2 years, finds this tool. I can tell you year in and year out, he's using that. And we start doing interviews with him. And he's now has a team of 24 agents. Okay. His whole team uses our whole system because what he'll tell you is for every listing that he holds, he gets 2.2 more listings. Okay. So he's multiplying his listings by using our system. And he's grown. He's written his own book. You're welcome to go buy it on Amazon. And yes, there is a section of us is one of those chapters of Listings to Leads. We actually get a fair amount of business from people who find this book, read it, learn about us, and come join us. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you is that he has been leaning on the nearby homeowner letter since 2018. He is now writing real estate advertising books. and has his own team of 24 agents. That's just another great success story. Okay. So when we come to sold, nearby homeowner letters, e-flyer for your database, blast it out. There are more things. Scott will go in depth on how to market sold, but I'm just going to cover some highlights. Let's talk about why open houses get so many listings. You probably guessed it. It's the nearby homeowner letter. And so I want to point out, and I'm going to go on this one very quickly. If you want I have a 5-minute video on open house marketing, and it just says, here are the tools. Go get these tools and have them at every open house. What tools are they? Let's click market listings. This is my open house. And you can do this with borrowed listings. And I'll tell you this, guys, if you are dead in the water and you want to build out a market, I would highly suggest that you start off borrowing open houses that you can sit on and you can advertise. And this is what you do. You pull the listing in and you go running out on Facebook. Okay, that's first. And please do not do this on Friday. My Lord, every Friday we have 2 to 3 agents sign up because they've got an open house on Saturday. If you want to grow your business, please just have a little more forward thinking. Okay, when you click the text over here, just put in what just the first line will be seen on mobile. So open house, Danville, 1 to 4 p.m. Click that button, bang, that's going to do it. Now, if it's on Saturday, you can shorten it because it'll be a 7-day ad. So you can say, oh, I want to end it on Saturday, right? Great. More important, that maybe 10 leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. But if you print out this nearby homeowner letter, like the one I was showing you earlier, you want to print this out and you want to door knock the neighborhoods. And I can tell you this story has been going on for years and years, where clients come in and say, well, I've got my 3rd listing in the same condo because I keep mailing this out to the other condo owners, right? And I just keep repeating and holding open houses and doing this and getting more listings. This says I've got an open house from 1 to 4. Just tell the neighbors, hey, just want to let you know I'm going to be here on this weekend if you'd like to see what's going on. Only 2 kinds of people are going to go to that open house: people thinking of buying or people thinking of selling. And right here, they can get their home value, boom, in this, right? So open houses in 2025 were the number one way. We have agents and teams holding 2 to 4 open houses every week simply because they're talking to more homeowners from that. And that's why I'm saying, if you're dead in the water and you can borrow listings in your neighborhoods, you're going to meet homeowners. That's the whole point. And if you start getting our listing presentations in their hands, they're going to know that you are for real and you bring quality to the conversation. More flyers, there's other tools, but the postcards, the nearby homeowner letters, and the e-flyer and Facebook ads, that's it. Now, there is an open house sign-in form. It's very cool. If you have a laptop with Wi-Fi or iPad, ask them for some feedback. They answer these questions, give you their email. We send you a lead. We send them the single property website, so they have it on their phone. So they have all the information on their phone, right? I'm going to show you a couple of other things. In the media library, you should all go here, especially if you want more listings. And there will be a video that says 100-point marketing plan. And you want to download this and put it on your own YouTube channel. Understand that? It's already on YouTube more than 1,000 times because our clients keep downloading it, putting it on YouTube. So what you want to at least be and point the YouTube app to the title. Okay, that 100+ marketing plan, long version. And let's turn off the video, and maybe YouTube's got some issues today. This is our marketing plan. Okay, so this is our listing presentation that I've been waving around in my hands here, but it's in a 5-minute commercial. The time to invite 100 neighbors into your open house and a handful of homeowners come through, this is going to be a really serious conversation starter. Because if they're thinking of selling, this is a very compelling story. Okay. And this is just one of those things, one of those reasons why agents want to hold open houses. And another part of the open house, I mentioned earlier that we have PDF guides. So there are lots of ways to market PDF guides. right? And Scott does a class on that, and you should definitely join us for that class. And the recording's on our YouTube channel, right? But you, for open houses, you definitely want to go over here and you want to print the print flyer. Now, the print flyer actually has a QR code on it, right? And oh, Beth, hello. Yeah, we texted this morning, we emailed this morning, right? This is the print flyer. That's not the print flyer. Here it is. I'll download it here. Let's see Beth's question. Sold a couple of listings a month ago and tried to grab it. Yeah, you can't grab any sold property, Beth. You'll have to manually add that into your system, and I definitely recommend doing that. Okay. So I think I downloaded this, did I? Let's go look. Yeah. So you each have 83 PDF guides. I think 43 are for buyers and 40 are for homeowners. You should print up 6 of each, 6 or 3 of each, 3 for buyers, 3 for sellers. And the reason is really for branding. I think it's really for branding. You see this here? People can that now everybody since COVID, they all know what a QR code is, right? So if they scan that, they can download that. They'd have to give you their name and email to download it for free. But really, you want to take this, and I don't know if you can see me on my screen here. I'm holding this in a little tabletop acrylic stand, right? So your logo, your headshot, it's on every one of these. You should put one in the master bedroom, a different one in the dining room, a different one in the laundry room. So as people are walking through, they are getting a sense that you are the realtor here, right? This is another reason why our clients hold so many open houses. They want to talk to the homeowners in the area, okay? So that's the quick thing about open houses, right? So let's go back to the listings page and let's talk about what I have been saying, because we do have 5 minutes. So if you have questions, please put them in. I will kind of go into it, a few other things very quickly. From this page, you have your listing presentation, and you have to get familiar with getting the listing presentation into your market, either in print or electronically, multiple times. I can tell you, the people who are closing a lot of listings, they got it in their brain that the more listing presentations I get in my market, the better it is. You probably know what a marketing funnel looks like, right? You get all your high-end leads up here, you whittle them down, and in the middle somewhere, your seller leads get close enough to that you can put a listing presentation in their hand, right? That's what I was mentioning over here with Leo. That man has to be working real hard to find 80 people who want a listing presentation in their hand. You know what I mean? That's no joke. I'm not telling you it's easy. I am telling you, if you put the work into it, it's turning into a lot of business for a lot of realtors. So from here, there's the standard one. You can create listing presentations for expireds and FSBOs or a great seller lead. Your open house will be here to market the open house, and your sold marketing, right? And that's what you need to be aware of. We started the call and I told you there were 5 things that are making money over and over for clients. It's expired, turning expired listings into your listing. Marketing sold homes. Beth, you have expired listings happening in Florida for sure, right? Marketing sold homes is going to get you seller leads. Hold open houses, you're going to get seller leads, right? Expireds, open houses, sold marketing, all going to get seller leads. And then you take those seller leads and you get listing presentations in their hands. Okay. Send it to them on their phone if you want. Text it to them so they can just open it, look at it on their phone, or get it physically like Leo does and put 80 in his market every month, or 40 a month like John Summers over up in North Carolina. If you leave this call and think about that, there's a lot in the system. I haven't even gone through half of what we do, right? But the things I've talked about today are working for clients right now, okay? I will tell you this, since I don't see any other questions. I've had a couple of questions, seen a couple questions. We talked, oh yes, Julie, I will, yeah. So I started the call in the Mastermind group with Yi and saying that she's running an ad on down payer assistance. And that has to do with landing pages, okay? And I had a call this morning from somebody who was talking about the Heroes Rebate Program, right? She said, "Hey, I'm involved with this. And I'd like to do something, right? Can you help me?" And I said, "Of course," right? And those things go back to landing pages. And there's one thing I want to point out to everybody. When you go to the landing page section, you will see this right here. If that doesn't look like your market, and we have clients all over the country, so I don't know if this actually looks like your market, but this page is auto embedded over and over. So make sure that the photograph in the background here looks like your market, because you're asking for people's address and contact information so they can get an instant home value. Okay. So that's one thing there. That's one of the landing pages that are important. I went here for the lady who had the Heroes. We created a custom buyer landing page. We typed in Heroes, and then boom, you can go custom from there. And Yi is using this landing page with some really solid text that she shared inside the Mastermind group. She's got 30 leads at $4.55 each for people that want. Now, it won't say free money. I just typed that in there. But this landing page gets a lot of people who are looking for down payment assistance. So Julie asked a question, why do we wait 3 months to call an expired? And the reason is that those poor homeowners don't want to talk to anybody the day their home expires. But unfortunately, probably 100 to 200 agents are going to be calling those people, because that's what brokers or managers train, especially the rookies, to do, right? The young ones. Hey, here's the list. Go out and call them right now. And oh my God, those poor people are getting called for days and weeks. Okay. So if you wait 3 months and you make sure that the home isn't relisted, which is what this guy does, both of these gentlemen do, and most of our clients do, he will call and leave a voice message in 3 months. If you want to hear that, it is on the YouTube. If you want to email me, I have that in 3 links. I have all 3 of these people's interviews in one email. He has a great voice message that he leaves. Something like, I'm a realtor in the area. I saw you trying to sell your home. I would just like to introduce myself. That's it. Some people say yes. He comes over and he gives them this listing presentation on how he's going to sell that home, expired home. And yeah, it turns into hour-long conversations. This guy here door knocks, 20 years in the industry. Now he's at EXP. He likes to door knock, and it may not be the most efficient, but it really works for me. And he goes, and I door knock, and I put this in their hand, and I added 2.7 million to my listing pipeline in 3 days of door knocking. Okay. So we just don't recommend reaching out. You're unfortunately wasting your time. You'd be better putting that time waiting 3 months and doing that. Just in case it's clear, is the Facebook boost for open house what you just went over a few minutes ago? No, May, that is not it. So let me be real clear. The word Facebook boosting, you should delete from your memory. Okay. And I'm totally serious, because Facebook boosting takes your money and doesn't always get you what you're looking for. When you're using our system, I have an open house right here, and you run an ad on our system, it's kind of like boosting, but it's very different, because every time you do that in our system, every lead is automatically populated with the name, email, and phone number of the person who clicked the ad. You might be able to figure that out on Facebook, but most agents don't. And that's why most agents are disappointed with Facebook, because they're getting impressions or other fun things. I don't know what they're getting. Agents pay for likes, and that's the biggest waste of money. You want to run an ad on your open house right here in our system, so that every lead comes with name, email, and phone number. Do you understand me? That is it. Now, there are other things to do. When it comes to Facebook, you need to run the ad here, and you need to do that whether the home is open house, just listed, sold. Like, our stuff, our ads, our leads are automatically populated. I have offices. I just launched an office in North Carolina. I think they have 2,000 leads. Their agents. Okay, good, May. Good. No, 3,000 leads in a year, because they do have 300 agents and they got listings and they're running ads, but those are actionable leads. Not every one of them will convert, but I can tell you our clients are definitely, they know they can convert those into business. So that's the story, guys. I hope this helps. I don't know how you found us. Sometimes it's coaches talking about us. Sometimes brokerages sign up and you hear about us. But what you need to get on this channel and see what's been going on with other agents like you who are just exploding their business, right? And it's because they take a little bit of time. They're not all doing the exact same thing. Some of them do just sold and market listings. Some of them do ads and this and that. But there's 5 things that I mentioned. They're all doing some version of those over and over. You should watch Fabrice's call. He mails out that nearby homeowner letter on borrowed listings all the time. It's kind of ridiculous what he's doing. I've never seen anybody do it, but I've also never seen anybody get 16 listings in 2 weeks. May is asking, an agent that I'm doing an open house for said that they were going to boost on listings to leads. Okay, so they're probably saying the same thing. If they're going to run an ad in our system, they're doing what I'm talking about. That's good. Okay. The word boosting actually has a meaning in Facebook, which is a meaning where it's kind of like running an ad, but they don't give you many options. And I think none of those options are going to get you name and email and phone number automatically populated. And that's why I don't want us to be confused with boosting, but obviously it sounds like your colleague does. I hope this helped everybody. This call is recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel later today. Get familiar with this page. Understand that there are tools in this system that will help your business grow. You just need to know where they are and how to use them. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great week, everybody.